Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is October 29th, 2023, and it's my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the Dow 30 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is actually suitable for you. All right, let's take a quick look at these charts and see what's going on in this bearish market. I will say that right up front. And I think last week, I did mention that the money is being made on the downside. Hint, hint, hint. I can't give trade recommendations, but just take a look and just learn to trade what you see in front of you and all. But let's go ahead and take a look at these charts. Let's zoom on in a little bit here and see what we see. And I'll start off here with the quarterly chart on the Dow. Man, this is something that I hadn't really even noticed before that I'm seeing right now. You know, last quarter, this has been the last quarter of the year. Last quarter, though, we formed a bearish harami. If you really, let me zoom in here. Let me see. I don't know why I keep doing that. Let me see if I can zoom in here. You can see that this is above there, this is below there, this is inside of there. That's what it's called, a bearish harami. I kind of like almost ignored the wicks, because again, the wick can be some crazy print or something like that. And on the big picture, seeing that and now seeing confirmation of that, all bets are off about breaking all-time highs for the year. All I see is this market is going lower for the year, and it can bounce and make a little bit of a retrace, but I don't expect right now to be breaking any kind of all-time highs. I don't even expect to be breaking my 350 level. So my 350 level, I can actually probably move it down to the high of this candle right here. Maybe I still like 350. I still leave it at 350, but I probably could move it. 340 would be kind of aggressive, but I probably could move it down to 340 and see what happens, see how that runs for me. But that's what I'm seeing here on the big picture is a bearish harami with confirmation. Now, I didn't notice that last week. I know I didn't bring that out. I know that the money was being made on the downside, and I actually played a couple of puts this week, but now seeing this, that's the whole thing. Everything is really happening right in front of you, and just you got to be aware of what is happening and seeing it, and just trading accordingly based on your plans and your strategies, based on what's happening in the market. You got to follow the money unless you wanted the big money, guys, and you're creating what's happening out here. That could be, but all of us other little guys, we got to just learn to follow the money, and that's right now. The money's definitely people are selling. But let's go ahead and jump over here to the monthly chart and see what we see here. Again, we had a couple. It was almost there a couple of months ago. We got like a piercing pattern or whatever. There's no real true nice patterns here, but we saw that last quarter we couldn't get above. We was up there. We had got to a resistance 2 level. We started coming down, and this quarter here, like I had said, we were below pivot. Usually one of my rules, when I see the market opening below pivot, I expect, at least for that first week, if I don't get above pivot, I expect it to stay down below pivot and continue to drop. And right now, like I'm saying, I got a target, somewhere down, way down here. This is a support 2 level, so that kind of supports everything that I say that can actually happen. I got a line, one of my support lines down here. We can see where the market came down here, and this demand level of this candle right here actually pushed up the first time it came down into this area, and now the second time. This is really the first time. This right here was just this continuation of this right here, and then the first test of something down here in this area was this candle right here, and that's usually the best time to take that trade back to the long side. This next time that it comes down here is not the best time to take that trade back to the long side. And as we can see right now with the stochastic is pointing to the downside on the larger picture. The other thing that we look here on the monthly chart is that we are trading below the 10 or the 9 moving average, and once we're below that, we tend to say, for us technical traders, that we are in a bear market, and that's what I see right now. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart and see what we see there. On the weekly chart, I have my 50 and my 200 is what I like having on this chart right here, and still also the support of the stochastic, that it tells me help me see what's actually happening here in the market. As we can see last week, the week before, the week that just completed, we did have a bearish engulfing. I said it was in the wrong location, but it is what it is. I think that's what I said last week. It is what it is. That's where it's at. And we've gotten confirmation of that bearish engulfing to the downside. And again, coming down to the 200 around to that 318 level, that's what I see and it supports everything else that I'm seeing on all the other time frames, that if this market is going to drop, it probably will drop below our support 2 level of this. These are quarterly pivots. This monthly pivot on the weekly chart. It probably will drop below here. We can look for a bounce here maybe this week but then in the end, I expect it probably to come pretty close down here to this 200 moving average, and that's just what I see. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the daily chart and wrap this on up. On the daily chart, what I'm seeing here is waves of this thing going down. We had made a top back here in July. We came down, back up. We double top, couldn't go higher. This was a sign right here that this market didn't have the power to actually go back to the upside and attack these tops that I thought it needed to attack to get our all-time highs. And wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Wave 3 is usually the largest wave, and this wave right here, I say 350 down to about 330, which is about 20 points. So I would expect this wave right here to be more than 20 points. And I say we'll just round it to 340, and also 340 to down to 320. We're not quite there yet, but I expect it to be more than 20 points. So I expect this thing to get to a point somewhere below 320 and then give a bounce. If we're going to get a bounce from this what we see here on the stochastic. And on the stochastic, as we can see, when it does get down here, we do finally get a bounce, but it can take some time. So that's the thing with the stochastic. You gotta learn to be patient with this indicator and not take any trade at any time based on the way I have it set and that's all I really see on the Dow. I hope you guys are having a great week. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Talk to you later. Bye.